Hey everyone, how's it going? We're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer on Arena today, and we are running some Simic Merfolk combos. So this is a creature type Matters deck that's built around a new card from Pioneer Masters and various kind of associated cards. So Kiora's Follower is a blue-green for a 2/2 Merfolk, and you can tap it to untap another target permanent. And the way this combo essentially works is that if you have two creatures on the battlefield that have this kind of ability, so either Kiora's Follower or Forensic Researcher, and a Deeproot Pilgrimage, you can essentially just tap those creatures back and forth. And Deeproot Pilgrimage says whenever one or more non-token Merfolk you control becomes tapped, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token with hexproof. So we can create as many of those, functionally infinite, of those tokens, and then close out the game very, very quickly. So that's the kind of idea behind the combo. Then we're essentially just trying to assemble that. So as well as having the cards which can do that, like Kumena, Tyrant of Orazca, can do a similar kind of thing when paired with something like Kiora's Follower, we've also got Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which is not a card I've used a huge amount on the channel, to be honest. I just usually get bored by the time I finish reading it. But it's a 2-mana legendary artifact that says you may spend mana as though a mana of any colour to activate abilities of creatures you control. That's not really important. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and you can tap to exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And this essentially builds consistency into the deck, because we can exile cards like Kiora's Follower if they are in the graveyard, and give the same ability to one of our other creatures, and essentially just build our own combo. It doesn't rely on having these specific creatures in play. We can just do it a slightly different way through using the Soul Cauldron. So we've got 4 copies of that as well. And yeah, the rest of the deck is Merfolk. It's Merfolk kind of as you would expect to find it. We are running another relatively new card with 4 copies of Kiora the Rising Tide. So this is a legendary Merfolk for 3 mana. It's a 3/2 where it enters, draw 2 cards, and discard 2 cards. So again, fuels up our cauldron. And it also has Threshold. Whenever it attacks, if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you can create Scion of the Deep, which is a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature token, which is obviously great to do. It's a free 8/8, and you may often lose your Kiora in that attack, but don't really mind because it's leaving behind an 8/8. So yeah, that's another new Merfolk that we're trying out in this deck. Then our 1-drops, we've got 4 copies of C-Node Scout, 4 Kumena's Speakers. Our 2-drops, as well as all of our kind of various combo pieces, are 4 copies of Voldalian Hexcatcher. We're using fewer lords than the normal Merfolk deck plays, just because we need to make space for a lot of other stuff. Smuggler's Copter, great kind of win condition by itself, a flying 3/3 that's easy to crew and can also filter our cards and get cards into the graveyard. Then, as I mentioned earlier, our 3-drops include Forensic Researcher, which is a relatively new addition to the format. 1/3 for 3, tap to untap another target permanent you control. Tap, collect evidence, 3, tap target creature you don't control. So yeah, it's just building in a little bit of redundancy and resilience to the combo. And then 3 copies of Kumena, Tyrant of Orazca. Again, a very good way of tapping and untapping Merfolk, just giving us those extra abilities to do what we want to do. So yeah, in terms of the mana base, obviously many green-blue dual lands. We do want to be able to consistently cast our cards. Some more Merfolk with our 3 Mutavaults. A few basic islands, and then on Otawara, Beseiju as well. And in the sideboard, so we've got some removal with Witness Protection, turning whatever annoying creature the opponent has into a 1/1 legitimate business person. Shaper Sanctuary, good at combating targeted removal, just turning all of their removal spells into more cards for us. Disdainful Stroke, counter spells, big powerful spells that we can counter. Paw Patch Formation, a good answer, a good scalpel answer to a various few different things, and is never entirely dead because we can just cycle it. Tishana's Tidebinder, good Merfolk creature that shuts down the activated or triggered abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers, and an Enduring Curiosity as well, just for some additional card draw. So yeah, that's the deck. I've no idea how consistent or good this combo is going to be. I've seen a couple of people playing it on the ladder. I have managed to beat it each time we've played it, but you know, let's see how we manage with this particular build. It'll be interesting nonetheless to see if this kind of slightly odd combo deck can have any legs in the format. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. You always know I'm going to say it, but I always appreciate the support. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Yeah, this is not a terrible opening hand. It's not really combo-y, but it's just got kind of Merfolk stuff going on, so we'll do the thing. Take a land. Well, let's get Pilgrimaging. We might as well just revert to general Merfolk things. So the opponent's on what looks like some sort of Overlord style deck. So we'll just keep playing Merfolk and hope it's enough to win the game. Yeah, one leyline binding by itself is not so much of a problem. Yeah, let's get Koira down. Let's get rid of some of these lands. Now we're just trying to kill the opponent as quickly as possible, really. Zur the Eternal Schemer. Ah. So I'll be attacking them for 6. Or I could just chill and start doing Kumena things. Yeah, I'm not sure that's worth it at this point. No, let's get the attacks in. And we'll what am I doing here? Yeah, let's play Koira's follower and Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Because they're going to have to do something this turn to avoid dying. Yeah, they can give their leyline binding lifelink, but that by itself does not impress me that much. Let's exile our Koira's follower. Give our actual Koira something to do. Well, that's a bit sad. I think we might actually be hunting for the combo now, so let's get Kumena into play. Pass the turn. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll take 1 damage. Doesn't seem a huge problem by itself. Let's tap 5 untapped Merfolk we control. Then we can tap 3 untapped Merfolk. Okay, what are we doing next? So I can just keep growing my Merfolk, but eventually their leyline bindings are going to get out of control. Forensic research gets us one bit of the combo. Well, it gets us both bits, I suppose. So yeah, let's yeah, we'll pass the turn one more time. And then we'll just start doing our thing. Could I have done that at the end of... Yeah, perhaps I could have done that at the end of my turn, actually. Oh well, we'll give it another turn and see what happens. Okay, Atraxa isn't going to save them here, but I am going to have to make a lot of tokens. Oof. Oh, well. Yeah, let's make a start. Da, 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 da. So, we'll need to do this probably sort of maybe 36 times. Because we'll be able to do Humana things as well. Yeah, you see the rope is not your friend when it comes to this kind of thing. It does not allow you to do the same game action many, many, many times, so we'll do this as quickly as we can. I'm being a little loose here with how I'm doing it, I have to say, but so let's now do some Merfolk growing. Oop, wrong one. So that should be sufficient, I would think. Because they're only going to be gaining 30, so they'll be gaining 13 life through lifelink. Yeah, this should do. So he did do the thing. It was a little messy there. In my defense, I've not done this before, but we used the rope quite effectively there. Okay, we got them to -43. That seems to have been sufficient. So yeah, that's the combo. Was, as I say, slightly awkwardly done. So, given what the opponent's doing, I think Disdainful Stroke is reasonable. So, and Tishana's Tidebinder is very good here. What do I want to take out? I think I'll take the Rising Tide out here. It's kind of just a little durdly. They do have a lot of flyers. Maybe trim a couple of Smuggler's Copters. Do I want Shaper's Sanctuary as well? I don't think so. And you could make an argument for Witness Protection. It's a good way of shutting down Zur, actually. Yeah. Let's put 3 of those in. Trim the rest of the copters. And we'll just have the 3 tide binders perhaps on the draw. I'm willing to be persuaded. Interesting question about how you sideboard. Yep, this will do for now. Hopefully it will slow the opponent down enough with things like Witness Protection. Even though it's not the quickest opening hand. Okay, that's pretty good. So we'll fire off a Breeding Pool. Yeah, I'll take a Hex Catcher. Let's revert to plan A of how to win games with Merfolk. Overlord it is. He is indeed impending. So we'll get a Deeproot Pilgrimage out. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of going ham here and hoping it works. That's one of the more annoying overlords that they could have, to be honest, but oh well. Send in the creatures. It's a pretty reasonable trade. We'll just get both of our Koira's followers out. So we do now have the combo. Just Yorion I can live with. I mean, aren't they just dead here? I mean, I'm no expert, but they look pretty dead based on what's happening here, so... Very good. There you are, Merfolk. Can win one game at least. So, due to some technical issues, I'm actually recording the second half of this video a couple of days later, in case you're wondering whether my sudden change in outfit is some kind of continuity error. It is not. Yeah, this hand's okay. It's not amazing. So the opponent's playing Rakdos, so they probably have a removal spell here, so let's just get Pilgrimage into play. And then we can kind of see what happens next. Yeah, they can take either another... Yeah, that's kind of fine. So, let's have Koira the Rising Tide. And we can ditch a duplicate Soul Cauldron and... let's just get rid of Follower here, I think. Just because once it's in the graveyard, we can do Soul Cauldron things with it. Well, that's a problem. Oh, well, yeah, let's just get Kumena into play here and start using it to generate some value. Pass the turn. Tap that. Give us a 1/1. Well, Hex Catcher would be good right now, but we don't have it. Yeah, I'll just block here is fine. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So I think we should start setting up for the combo here. Just because we kind of needs to do the thing if we're going to do it. So... yeah, we'll pass the turn. Right, let's play Hexcatcher. Okay. Then we'll exile our Koira's follower. Pop that on our 3/3. Block, block. We'll go to 12. So we're getting there. That's a problem, though I think we're going to have to let it resolve, unfortunately. So, how's this going to work? So we're going to go to 10 here. Then let's play a couple of Merfolk. Fire off the old... our Hexcatcher. And then we'll just pass the turn. They'll go up to 24. Okay, I'll take the damage here. Oh, am I just dead? Yeah, so I take 2. Then I take 2 for drawing. Is there anything I can do about that? I don't think so. So I can do my infinite combo, but that doesn't actually help. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. So we just ran out of things to do there. Yeah, we needed just one more draw available to us, but that's okay. So I think against this deck, I want Shaper's Sanctuary. I want Witness Protection for things like Shieldred and Tidebinder for shutting down Shieldreds. I am less fussed about Koira the Rising Tide. Those 8/8s aren't particularly... resilient, so we'll get rid of some of our cheaper creatures as well, and Smuggler's Copter goes down to Fatal Push, so just spread out our curve a little. Yeah, again, not the quickest, but we are at least on the play this time. Yeah, let's go pilgrimaging, jing. Well, I think we'll just chill with a Tidebinder here. Hopefully they won't play something like Fable and we can counter the trigger. Okay. Yeah, we'll counter the Liliana of the Veil trigger. That's now a blank bit of nothing, so... don't particularly feel the need to engage with it. So I could play Kumena here, but I think I'll just wait with some more of my flash creatures. Sure thing. of that again. Feels good. Lack of land is proving a bit of a problem here. Okay, let's get the tyrant down. We will kill Liliana here just in case. We'll pass the turn. That's fine. Let's draw a card in response. So yeah, I think I want Smuggler's Copter available to me here. I'm just going to attack. Because I do need to put some damage out at some point. Sure. Let's get Hexcatcher down. Because they are slowly running out of things to do. Fire up the Copter. Draw. Not thrilled about getting another land, but... Okay, they're one turn away from dead. Put Soul Cauldron into play, have a breeding pool. We've got enough. Yeah. Okay, didn't need our combo there. Do I want Disdainful Stroke on the draw? I probably want Paw Patch formation. And yeah, let's put in Disdainful Stroke. Let's become a bit more control-y. We're just taking out all of our 1-drops here. Yeah, I think we probably are. Yep, this'll do. I can take my Soul Cauldron here, but it's not really what the deck's looking to be doing right now. Just gonna try and Hexcatcher as much as possible. Ooh, they're short on land. Okay, well that gives us an opportunity, so let's fire off a Kiora's Follower. Okay, they're not short on land anymore. We, on the other hand, have oodles of the stuff. Okay, well they're going to have to run out of removal eventually. That's fine. So we'll fire off a Hexcatcher. Oof, that is a rough draw. We're just drawing far too much land here. Ooh, Graveyard Trespasser. You don't see that often. So Soul Cauldron. Or exile our own Kumena. Targeting our friend here. We'll tap our Chappie. Give them an attack. Let's just really put pressure on their life total here. That's kind of fine, to be honest. They take damage for doing that. So they go to 5. What does this do? Destroy target creature with flying, destroy target enchantment. Okay, well... What does this do? Exile... So we don't have a creature to exile, unfortunately. But, if we just attack with everything... They can't block our 1/1. So they take 3. And then, yeah, they either play a demon, in which case I'll. Okay. So, yeah, let's just blow up the Paw Patch Foundation in response. Exile their Trespasser. Put a +1/+1 counter on that. Draw. Let's Tidebinder away Shieldred's abilities. And then, yeah, we can just tap another Merfolk. Give this unblockable. Kill the opponent. Cool. We made it through. Dune, eh? I have, much to my shame, seen neither of the Dune films, but I hear they're very good. Llanowar health. Okay. Well, we'll get a copter. Well, let's attack first. We'll get a copter down, I think. Seems decent in this matchup. Which is probably mono green. Could be Selesnya. Could be anything. We'll find out. Won't that be exciting? Looking decidedly mono green. Yep. Okay, well, that's pretty decent. So we'll have another speaker. We'll crew this copter. Attack. Take action. Ooh, I think we can ditch Soul Cauldron here. Play copter number 2. And yeah, we'll just hope our flyers can get it done for us here, I think, before the opponent kills us. Wolf Willow Haven. That has... You don't see that as much in mono green anymore. Invasion of Ixalan's still a good card. I maintain my loyalty to Oath of Nissa, though. We've no idea how long we waited for that card. I mean, presumably, yes, you're taking a land, so let's not pretend otherwise. Am I stopping them doing this? I don't think so. I don't care that much if they flip the invasion at this point. And though that creature is pretty well, trouble is they've got tramples, so they kind of my 1/1s are a bit on the meh side here. Well, that's decent. So Pilgrimage, tap, tap. Send in the attackers. I'll do one and see what happens. Yep, that land can go. We'll draw again. Yep, land can also go. Let's see what they storm into here. Preferably no creatures with reach. Okay.
Right into battle.
Those are not creatures with reach. And they don't have a Nykthos either, so... And no attacks. Okay, feels like we have them on the run here, so let's get Koira out, do some card drawing. I'll keep the Mutavault here, I think. Let's keep generating Merfolk. Ignore Koira, there's no point attacking and discarding. So we got enough 1/1s to keep us in business for a while, so they can produce 2, 4... Yeah, they've got just enough mana to fire off another storm. But they'd have to use their Koira. Which hopefully would give us enough. Yeah, Cavalier of Thorns by itself, just one, does not cause me any problems. Okay, and they did not hit a Nykthos here, so... We should have them here. Okay. Yep. Excellent. Okay. So, what do we do against mono green? Tidebinder again feels pretty good here, so does Disdainful Stroke. Witness Protection good? I think a couple is fine for their trolls and the like. So that's 8 cards we need to trim. Let's get rid of the Forensic Researchers. We'll trim the Kumena's Speakers as well. And a couple of Koiras. I think that will be fine. So this, you can see this deck does have some resilience for winning even when you don't do the combo thing. You know, there are other options. Yeah, no Merfolk does not make for a happy opening hand. This one's not great either, but I think let's just keep it and hope for the best. This might not be a particularly pleasant game 2 for us. Indeed. Okay, well let's just hope they don't have anything else to do. I'll chill with my Disdainful Stroke. Nothing but elves. Well, they really don't have anything but elves. Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm going to pass again. Hold up my Counterspell and my Tidebinder. Okay, hopefully we're cooking now. Yep. So I can't hold them off with that for that long. It's only really one turn, but... Well, or there, but then I could Soul Cauldron it away, couldn't I? That's probably a sensible shout. Yeah, I could have done with a land there. I still think it's worth doing, even though we are playing a little fast and loose with our life total here. Because they might just have nothing now. That's not nothing. Well, they missed on the landscape. I mean, they've got an 8 devotion nick though, so they can do they can do anything they want. But yeah, right. We'll scoop this one up. As I said, that felt like a pretty painful game too, looking at our opening hand. So let's pop back in a couple of the Kumena speakers. We'll take out one more Kumena and one more Koira, and we'll do it like that. Just trying to go under the mono green deck, really, which is tough if when it goes off on its early turns. Okay, these are all cards which exist. Yeah, let's get Copter down here, I think. And say go. Ooh, they are short of land. Okay, I will drop a Koira the Rising Tide into play. Let's discard Follower and land. Fire up our Smuggler's Copter. Don't think we need Kumena here. What have they got? What have they got? I would like to be able to double Hexcatcher next turn. Okay, Koira's pretty good.
Bet you've never been hugged by a kraken before. The ocean surges. I love to make a splash.
Yeah, Witness Protection will probably come in handy soon, so... Am I trying to do combo things? I think that could wait a turn. Let's get Hexcatcher down. Send both of these at Koira. This is tough knowing what to get rid of here. Let's ditch Tidebinder, I think. We're still a bit short of land. Yeah, that's kind of fine. They lose a mana source either way.
I'm salty.
Yeah, our mana's super awkward at the moment. Did I ditch? I did ditch a land, so it's probably my fault. Ooh, yeah, I'll take the card. Thank you. You're too kind. We're still missing land drops, huh? Okay, well... Let's get ourselves a Deeproot Pilgrimage into play. We'll Witness Protection their Sharpshooter. Send this at Koira. So we've nearly got 7 cards in the graveyard. It's only a matter of time before we get cavaliered here, but we're kind of almost ready to do our thing, to be honest.
Let's get moving.
Okay, we are not ready to do our thing. But they are giving us cards, at least, which is very kind of them. And we now do have 7 cards in the graveyard, which is good news. So, we'll have some more land in play. We'll play Soul Cauldron. Send both of these at Koira. We'll have an 8/8. Okay, let's fire off. Let's get rid of their scrap shooter here. We'll grow that. We'll stick another Hex Catcher into play to grow it again. Kill Koira. Okay, well, we're getting there. We've certainly killed enough of the opponent's stuff. Ooh, this is tense. Yeah, they're getting absolutely screwed by their land here. Looks like they still haven't drawn one. Well, they've done plenty of can they even? They can't block our Hex Catchers here, can they? Let's be honest. So down to 1. I've got a Tidebinder in hand. This feels pretty over now. Yeah. I imagine they're very annoyed over that side of the board. Understandably. I would be spitting feathers if this has happened to me. Fair enough. Well, there you are. Yeah, so the Merfolk deck did have some resilience, even though the combo itself is a little bit fragile. And to be honest, if you're just relying on playing Merfolk, there's probably better versions of that you can run, because you are kind of durdling around with Soul Cauldrons and the like. Ooh, we can buy some packs. But yeah, it was fun, nonetheless. It's always fun to try sort of weird and wacky combos. So let's open some packs, see what we get. Nope, don't know what that does. Don't care. So Pioneer Masters Aetherling used to be a great control finisher back in the day. Chain to the Rocks, great removal spell. Probably use that at some point in a deck. And Dictative Heliod. So yeah, some decent cards there. And yeah, an interesting performing deck. As I say, I'm not convinced by its resilience or kind of whether this stuff is even necessary. You might as well just play better Merfolk. But it's fun to use, and I did say we would try it after we played against it. So yeah, here's the deck list one more time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe. See you next time.